representing the Golden Eagles of Gilford. Number 1, Samantha Hollis. Number 2, Naomi Eldridge. Number 3, Melissa Shepard. Number 4, Lindsay Sanders. Number 4, again, Elena Huber. Number 7, Susan Hughes. Number 8, Stephen McIntyre. Number 9, Riley McDonough. Number 10, Ashley Sanderson. Number 11, Michelle Galar. Number 12, Abigail Gordon. Number 15, Kate Sullivan. Number 18, Abigail Gordon. The Golden Eagles are coached by Amy Tripp, assistant coach Abigail. Officials for tonight's match are Roger Constant, David Draper, Michael Rock, and Jeff Cox. At this time, we ask that you please move your hats for our next play.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Hackler Gymnasium on the campus of Pinkerton Academy in Derry, New Hampshire. The Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV present live coverage of the 2019 Girls Division II Volleyball Semifinal. This is semi number 2 between the number 5 seed Plymouth Bobcats, coming in with a record of 13-4, taking on the top seed and undefeated Gilford Golden Eagles at 17-0. Chris Schuker broadcasting here with Andrew Fenn doing literally everything else you can think of. Production and camera, graphics, everything you can think of. He's doing 100 times more than I'm actually doing. But we're certainly glad you are with us here. We already saw one big upset in the first semifinal as the second seed Milford Spartans, they wanted to play the Gilford Golden Eagles in a rematch of last year's championship match. Not going to happen. The number 6 Coe-Brown Bears took care of Milford in 4 sets. And that was after losing the second set 25-13. They won the other 3 sets to avenge their regular season loss to the Spartans. Now it'll be up to Gilford to hold up their end of the bargain. Or will we see Plymouth come up with the second upset of this semifinal day? Sent over in 2, but out. So Gilford, again, undefeated at 17-0. They are 4-0 against the other 3 Final Four teams. They beat Coe-Brown twice this season in the span of about 3 weeks, and did so in as convincing fashion as you can think of. Straight sets on September 14th in Northwood, and then straight sets on October 5th at home in Gilford. They also beat Milford in 5 sets on September 12th in Milford. And the regular season matchup between these two squads, Gilford and Plymouth, it was a 4-set victory for Gilford on the road back on October 22nd. So not too long ago that these two teams met. And we're going to get a double hit called against Plymouth. So Gilford, again, they're 17-0, and Plymouth at 13-4. And Gilford, just watching them warm up, you can understand why they are so strong. Everything happens all at once. It's organized chaos, I think, is maybe the best way to describe it. They send everybody in motion all at the same time. We see a lot of standing around during warm-ups from a lot of other teams, but not this Gilford squad, as they open up a 4-1 lead. And serving for them is Lindsey Sanderson, a junior. A back set that will be whistled long, but was touched on the way by. Must have been a slight touch. Couldn't see it from up here. So it stops the 4-point run of Gilford. And for Plymouth is going to sit number 10, Abigail Bassingwaite, a sophomore, behind the service line. Now, talking with the Bobcats head coach, Jonathan Van Scoter, he said that to pull off the major upset, he needs his team to just play the way he knows they're capable of. Can't overthink the moment. Can't overthink the opponent. Come out and play the way he knows they can. If they do, he feels like they're capable of pulling off this big upset here in the semifinal round. Now, he also knows it's not going to be easy, and my own take is if you even take 1 minute off against a team like Gilford, I mean, that's 3 points. That ends up being 3 points in the span of a minute, more or less. Sometimes can be 4. So you take 1 minute off, you could be giving away 3 or 4 points, and against a team like Gilford, makes it very tough, as the officials overruled each other, say that that block was it was touched on the block, as that one sent down, just absolutely annihilated by Kate Sullivan for Gilford, and a 7-2 lead. Gilford, a 16-time state champion. Maybe the dominant team in this state in volleyball, regardless of division. Kill there by Abigail Warren, one of the sophomores for the Golden Eagles, who are coached by Amy Tripp. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to speak with her before this match. Everything was going on, and she didn't leave her team for 1 second. She was right in the middle of everything. Had a fleeting moment with Coach Van Scoter. It was over and done with very quickly, because there's not as much time in after the first match as there is after the second, but up 9-2 is Gilford, and that will cause Van Scoter to have to call his first timeout already here on GSSN and PBTV. So this is obviously not the start that Plymouth needed to this match here. And you're trying to pull off the upset and take down an undefeated team like Gilford is. You want to get off to a good start, and they've dropped 9 of the first 11 points. And obviously trail 9-2 here in set number 1. Gilford, like I said, one of the perennial championship teams. They won it last year. They've gone back-to-back in 11 and 12. They won every year from 99 through 2007. That's a pretty good run. That one will go long. It was 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 03, and 04 in Class M. And 05 it was M and S. And then 06 and 07 they went to D2, which is what it is now. That is a 9-year run of championships. Also won in 2015, They won in, and then they had a three-peat, actually, 95, 96, 97, their first 3 championships. 16-5 overall in title games, and another kill by Sullivan right down the middle, and a 10-3 lead for Gilford. So the first match featured 2 teams from fairly close to Pinkerton Academy here in Derry, about a 40-minute drive for each of them, a little bit longer for each of these 2 teams, a little bit over an hour. Plymouth is an hour 15. Gilford about an hour 5. You can kind of see it from the fan section as well. The Gilford section, I think, has come out pretty well, and they had, by my count, 9, possibly even 10 volunteers who were serving as ball retrievers, so they didn't require players to go out and go after the balls as they were bouncing around the stands and the back walls here. The parents did that, which allows for a much more streamlined warm-up for Gilford. And again, probably just another reason why they're so strong year in and year out. Well coached, well trained, but they get the volunteer help as well during these matches. And they come out dressed in name and number shirts of the players for whom they represent. And that's great to see. Plymouth down 5-11 on the serve. This is Anya Swanson, the libero, on the serve. Blocked. Will allow for free opportunity, but the second hit was put into the net by Abby Bassingwaite and gives the point off to Gilford. Sullivan, the sophomore, back to serve. Punches that one over, picked up by Erin Toll. And she sent it over on 2. It was returned by Reagan McIntyre. Sullivan serves, and Swanson sends that one over on the second hit. Wow! That was a bit of luck after it hit the beam on the first hit, but Bobcats will certainly take it and Toll, the junior, back to serve. It's a lot of underclassmen on this Plymouth team. The seniors being Savannah Marston, Mia Sullivan, Alicia Poitras, and Anya Swanson for Jonathan Van Scooter's team, as that one on the serve drifts long. Free point for Gilford. And serving here is Naomi Eldridge. Off to the far side, punched over by Mackenzie Tatum. And blocked into the net for Gilford. 15-6. Pushed over for Swanson, gets it way up in the air. And a great set from Toll. And then Bassingwaite on the kill. That was a great setup by Bassingwaite. Serving as Hope Quayle, one of the many juniors on this team. Free ball opportunity. And another set up for Bassingwaite and another kill. Again, that same combination of Toll to Bassingwaite. Plymouth now at 8:15. Serving with Quayle. A low serve, sinker, hard one to field for McDonough. And that one goes off the antenna. Within 6. Quayle still serving. Angles one off to the near side. Opportunity off the net. for McDonough and down. Looked like Plymouth was actually in position for that one if it hadn't hit the net and changed direction slightly. The lefty Lindsey Sanderson on the serve. A back set for Bassingthwaighte. Sanderson dives after it. Opportunity here for Abby Warren. Now back comes Plymouth. Served up by Sanderson. A back set and going long. Miss hit by McDonough. Bassingthwaighte now on the serve. More or less right down the middle. A tough one to handle and blocked but down. Kill for Abby Warren. 17-10. And the libero Samantha Holland goes back. One of the many seniors on this Gilford team, though it seems like seniors, juniors, sophomores, whatever, doesn't seem to matter. Every year they're just as talented as they were the previous year. That one blocked and down for a point for Gilford. Seniors on the Golden Eagles, Samantha Holland, Naomi Eldridge, Elena Euchre, Reagan McIntyre, Michelle Gallant, Abigail Warren, and Abigail O'Connor. Blocked but kept up, pushed over by Mackenzie Tatum. Free ball opportunity. Swanson over and two, but down on the side of Gilford. Anya Swanson having to dive out for that one. And doing a great job. Again, you need your libero. I mentioned this in the first match, but you need your libero to probably be the most athletic player. Best communicator and the most athletic player, as Sullivan sent that one basically straight down. Plymouth still hanging around, down 6 at 12-18. Very quickly on the serve goes Alicia Poitras. And I think that's going to be over the center line by the Golden Eagles. So the point off to the Bobcats. Poitras continuing to serve. A soft one that Sanderson had to get down for. This will be the third hit. It's got to get over and does. Nice placement into the back corner. Zone 1 sent down to the block. A back set. Not sure if the player for Gilford saw that one coming in McIntyre, but that one will be ripped out long. A foul, though, goes against Gilford. So to within 4. Sullivan pops that one over. Opportunity here for Mia Sullivan. Sanderson on the dive. Sent over by Holland. This one not quite taken care of by Marston. Swanson digs that one out. Pops that one up again for Sullivan. And a miss hit, and now scramble mode. This one's got to get over by Sanderson, and it does. Nice job by Sanderson. Over and 2 and down on the kill by Erin Toll. Plymouth back within 3, 15-18. Only timeout of this first set has been called by Plymouth. And that one off the net. Does pop over on the third, but I think she crossed over the center line. Yes. The Bobcats within 2. And Gilford has to call a timeout here in the later stages of set 1. 18-16 Gilford here in set number 1 on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. So just as it looked like Gilford was going to take this first set easily, the Plymouth Bobcats have come roaring back. The serve of Alicia Poitras has caused some problems, some miscommunication, but the Bobcats have started to play their game a little bit slow out of the gate. They trailed at one point 9-2. Now back within 16-18. blocked. Back over. A tight serve, a tight set. Almost some miscommunication as now sent over by Sullivan. But a free ball as Holland has to send it over. Now they'll try for the setup. Killed but long. Marston. Miss hit. Gilford will have a chance to be the first to get the 20. Riley McDonough, the sophomore. Back to serve. And the lefty. The jump serve, a floater that Swanson has. A high set for Sullivan. Off the top of the net, apparently blocked. The net moved, but ball stays up and sent down in two by Toll again. Over the head move by her. And now Mia Sullivan, the senior, back to serve, 17-19. Plymouth feeling it a bit here in this first set. It's been a terrific comeback, and that one is absolutely rocketed down by Reagan McIntyre. 2017. Serving is Abigail Warren. A back set and, oh, not quite killed by Marston, but then put into the net. Third time that Plymouth is within 2 points at 18-20. Anya Swanson, senior libero, pops it over to her opposite number. Tough receiving by Holland, but Sullivan couldn't get to the spot in enough time. 21-18. This is Kate Sullivan behind the service line for Gilford. Set up on the far side. Bassingthwaighte, but she missed it long. Gilford 3 points away from taking the first set. Sullivan sends that one down the middle again. A long one for Bassingthwaighte, got returned right back. They'll try her again. Easily dug out by Warren. Popped over, and a whistle, and crossing the center line was Toll. And now 23-18. Gilford again opening up a fairly big lead, especially at 23 points. Bassingthwaighte has to send that one over and found a perfect spot for it as Warren went into the late dive and came up empty. And now 19-23, and Erin Toll, the junior, back on the serve. Pops it over to Holland. Almost didn't get enough air underneath it. Sullivan, Toll, sent over and down as Tatum couldn't get enough on it. And now set point here in set number one for Gilford. And it will be Naomi Eldridge. Back to serve, 5 set points for Gilford. A setup for Bassingthwaighte. And that one going to come out. (2024), Hope Quayle is going to have to come up with 4 consecutive points on the serve to send this one beyond the 25. Her serve goes right down the middle. A tough set, 50-50 ball at the top. Gilford wins it. Another one. This one just sent up over the top. Sullivan got partially blocked but kept in. And then tapped but not over as Abigail O'Connor couldn't get that one to ride up and over the net. So that's 2 set points staved off by Plymouth here in the opening set. And that one going to twist out wide off to the left. That's how the first set ends, 25-21 in favor of the Gilford Golden Eagles. They take care of the first set. It wasn't easy, but they do get the set 1 victory by 4 points as you're watching the 2019 semifinal on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. So set number 1 does go to the Gilford Golden Eagles, but Plymouth put a bit of a scare into them, getting back to within a couple of points a few times. Down 9-2 early on, but able to come back. A couple of good long rallies, some blocks at the top of the net, but able to not able to get over the hump and get the first set tied as it goes 25-21 in favor of Gilford. Again, Gilford 16 times state champs, including every year from 1999 to 2007. And even before that, they lost the final. Before that, they had won 3 in a row. I don't know what happened in 2008. They did not get to the final that year, but they got back in 09 and 10, which they lost, and then 11 and 12, in which they won. Meanwhile, Plymouth, they've only been in the championship match once. They did win it 1998. They defeated Laconia in straight sets. At that time, it was best 2 out of 3, the rally scoring that is currently being played and has been played for almost 20 years now. Obviously had not been instituted yet. So it was the best 2 out of 3 at that time, and Plymouth taking down the Sachems of Laconia in 2 straight sets. Back in 1998, their only appearance in the championship match, their only win in a championship match, as the first 2 points of set 2 go to the Gilford Golden Eagles. And Lindsay Sanderson continuing on the serve. The lefty puts that up and sent down beautifully by Savannah Marston. Marston, a senior with 138 kills on the season coming into this one. Picked up quite a few more already. 18 blocks on the year as well. And may have just gotten another one. She was definitely up there for it, whether it's a solo or an assisted. Either way, she will get the block on that one. She did go up for it. Hope Quayle continuing to serve. A tough twister that Swanson, or excuse me, not Swanson, that Holland had to go for. It seemed like there was some poor communication right on the serve, as Quayle has a bit of side spin on these serves. It hurt her on set point in set number 1. She twisted it out. Oh, and again, Marston. 4 in a row to Plymouth. Quayle looks like she has a tough serve to read, as it has that side spin. This one spun right to left. The others have often spun left to right. That one going the opposite direction. And that one was not kept up. It did hit the ground. Quayle was in there for it, but couldn't get to the spot in time. We'll send Holland back. Holland, a senior, got to the 500 career dig mark in the last match, the quarterfinals. And believe it or not, her top college choice is in Plymouth. She wants to go to Plymouth State. So you guys are rooting against her today, and you might be rooting for her next year, if she gets what she wants. She's not sure whether she wants to play volleyball next year, however. But her top college choice is Plymouth State. Swanson on the serve. O'Connor, excuse me, that's Warren. Wrong Abigail. That one blocked. Sent back over. Warren tries it again, and No, it was not her who crossed over the line. It was a Plymouth player who went across. Point Gilford. Serving at 4-5. That's Riley McDonough. A back set, kind of a tough one to get to for Tatum. And now Warren into the net and not over. So now it's the Bobcats with the 2-point lead in set number 2. And coming off the bench to serve, here comes Alicia Poitras. She's the one who had a lot of consecutive serves and might be able to go on. That's over in 3, though. As the second one went into that. Sullivan blocked and down. As it was blocked by Kate Sullivan. Mia Sullivan blocked by Kate Sullivan. Five-six, it's Abigail Warren. Kind of a false start on the first. She kind of took a misstep on the run-up attempt, or at least the walk-up attempt, and then she floated it long. So now Mia Sullivan. Jump serve. Oh, wow, it landed in. Sam Holland called for it, it sounded like, and then decided to back off at the last second, and she patted her chest as if to say, that's on me. So now 8-5. Sullivan continues. She'll try twisting one off to the back corner. Holland will send it back over to Swanson. A setup here for Bassingthwaighte, and it goes long, not touched. Gilford back on the serve at 6-8, Kate Sullivan. Sullivan looked like she might have been calling either for a different rotation or for a different blocking pattern. Didn't matter because she put the serve into the top of the net for a point for Plymouth. 9-6. Oh, but Bassingthwaighte puts that serve into the bottom of the net. Makes it 7-9. All-important second set here for Plymouth. Do not want to have to win 3 in a row against this Gilford team. Marston couldn't get that one over. Tapped up by Toll and then down by Marston. Here is Toll on the serve. 2 players for Gilford going after it. Sanderson will have to send it over. Tight serve at the, or tight set at the net. Lindsay Sanderson continuing. Tatum, not yet. And that one sent down by McDonough. You know, it can be really tough, and there's 2 lefties on this Gilford team. Plymouth doesn't have any, and I don't believe Cope Brown has any lefties either, the team that has already punched their ticket to the championship match right here on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Can be tough when you're not used to seeing the ball come off of a left hand, in practice anyway. This team in Gilford has 2. Quayle puts that one into a perfect spot. Took a quick peek and found the near side back line. Now she serves down the middle to Holland. A setup blocked by Tatum, but sent back over as Marston couldn't react in enough time. Holland serving. Marston blocked, but returned. Not Marston, it's actually Toll. And a whistle for a foul crossing over the center line was Naomi Eldridge. It goes Swanson back to serve. A senior came into this match with 189 digs on the season, 42 aces. It's a pretty high number, actually, to have 42 service aces in a season. And Sullivan can't quite get it yet, but this one will be 3. It's got to get over. Oh, wow. That is perfectly done by Sam Holland. And now she will get the pop-up, a short set, and down as Quayle couldn't dive as Kate Sullivan gets the points. Been very close here in set number 2. Right now it's 11-12. With McDonough on the serve. Right down the middle, pops up for Quayle. Holland, this one's got to get over, and it hit the bottom stanchion of the basketball net. That was very tough right from the get-go. Set 2 evened up at 12 after Gilford won the opening set 25-21. Again, the winner gets Coe-Brown, the 6th seed in the championship match. Quayle. Now, apparently, that was not a hit by 2 different Plymouth players at the same time. But it doesn't matter as Mia Sullivan hits that one into the net. And just like that, Gilford has taken the lead. Might even be their first lead of this set at 13-12 at basically the exact halfway point. Assuming we don't have to go past 25. Ooh. Tough one there. That was Maya Prince who came in and couldn't get to the spot needed. She's playing the middle back. They serve at her again. This one's a lot better. And Sullivan taps it almost to the perfect spot. Holland has to get it over and does, and Swanson does a nice job of ducking out for it. Now a 50-50 ball at the top. Sent over. And, wow, looked like that might have been on the wrong side of the antenna. Luckily, it didn't hit the antenna. Looks like Van Scooter was saying that that should have been a point, but doesn't matter because his team gets it regardless. (13-14). And here's Poitras on the serve. Again, a twister, and that one does land in. Swanson watched it land in behind her. And this will send Abby Warren, the senior captain. And Abby Warren is a great story. Talk about her after this point. She can't get to that one. But Abby Warren is playing with a torn meniscus in 2 places and will have surgery within days of the season coming to an end. But this is her senior season. She's a captain. And if you think that her teammates don't feed off of that, then you probably don't understand what it takes, because that is a phenomenal story. She's also a basketball and lacrosse player, but methinks that won't happen this season. That's a great play by both sides to keep it alive, and Bassingwaite's going to hit that one long. Warren wants to attend the Wentworth Institute of Technology next season and hopes to play volleyball. So she'll have that meniscus repaired right after this season. Will forego basketball season and most likely lacrosse as well in an effort to get back out on the court at WIT. as Plymouth will call the first time out by either side in set number 2, and it will come with his team trailing 14-17 in it and down a set here in the semifinals on the GSSN and PBTV. So obviously Plymouth can't let this one get too far out of hand. It'll be very difficult task to try to win 3 sets in a row against Gilford, undefeated at 17-0, the defending champs in Division II, and a 16-time champion overall in volleyball in the state of New Hampshire. Maybe the preeminent school in this sport. Passing weight couldn't get it over the net. And passing weight, just a sophomore, great sophomore season though, 144 kills and 31 blocks coming into this match. That one popped up by Poitras. Now it's got to get over. Sullivan does a nice job of sending it down the middle. Sanderson blocked at the top, another off the top of the net. Sanderson will have another opportunity trying to go cross corner, but will be called for a double hit. Lindsay Sanderson, a junior, or what I imagine is her sister Ashley, is a freshman. They both also play indoor track and lacrosse for Gilford. A lot of multi-sport athletes for Gilford, and not just 2, but 3 sports. Passing weight on the serve, barely got it over the net, but a rotational error going on Gilford. We'll give the point off to Plymouth. Big point for them. They get to within 17-18, but then passing weight into the net. The first one, the one that wouldn't have mattered either way, just barely crossed over, and that one did not. So now 19-17 on the serve goes Naomi Eldridge. Popped up, Sullivan's got it. Marston on the kill, yes. And it was deflected before it landed out. Toll on the serve, and again, Plymouth, just like in that first set, they got to get up over that hump, and they might do it here because that one will land not even in the first row. That one went about 4 rows back. So now we're tied in set 2 at 19, but you'd love to see Plymouth be that first squad to get to 20. I feel like that's always a very important number to get to, but not this time as it's served into the net. Boy, you cannot do that against anybody, but especially against Gilford, to give up a free point like that. Lindsay Sanderson is going to give it right back. Both coaches on the bench for Gilford kind of hung their head a little bit. Missed opportunity for both sides, really. And now Hope Quayle with that very good serve. Sanderson has to drop down to a knee to get it. Quayle has it. A 50-50 ball at the top. Kept up, but not long enough, as the ball will bounce back to head coach Jonathan Van Scooter. And now 21-20, here's Sam Holland, the senior libero for Gilford, who wants to play at Plymouth State next season. Floats that one over, and Swanson can't dive for it. 2-point lead. Timeout Bobcats, their final of this set, trailing 22-20 and needing to win this second set. As you're watching coverage of the 2019 Girls Volleyball Semifinal on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. And welcome back inside the Hackler Gymnasium on the campus of Pinkerton Academy, hosting the semis and the final, which will be played on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 5 p.m. We already know one team that will be in it, the Coe-Brown Bears, the 6th seed. has found their way to the championship match, and Plymouth, who dropped their two of their final games of the regular season, they had been tied at the 2 seed with Milford before that when they lost to Gilford and Co-Brown, believe it or not, on October 22nd and 24th. And they went from being tied for the 2 all the way down to the 5 seed. And the result is having to play Gilford here in the semis instead of potentially meeting them in the championship match. But you don't know how things would have gone different, as Marston one-hand punches that one over. A setup for Warren that was touched on the way by. It actually looked like it landed in anyway, but it was deflected. Now here we go, set point for Gilford, and they have 4 of them. Up 24-20 and about to take a commanding 2-0 lead over what has been a very good Plymouth Bobcats team today. Swanson on the set. Sullivan will keep 1 point alive. Bassingwait comes back in to form the block for Marston. Swanson pops that one over. A ball right at the top of the net that will be put over. But crossing over the net was Sullivan. And that's how the second set comes to an end at 25-21. It's the same score as set number 1. But Gilford undefeated, looking like they are about to get to 18-0 with a commanding 2-0 lead, taking each of the first 2 sets, 21 and 21. This is the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Well, Gilford certainly in the driver's seat, leading Plymouth 2-0 in sets, and now Plymouth will have to take 3 in a row from the Gilford Golden Eagles, a team that has only dropped 6 sets this entire season. 51-6 in the sets overall for Gilford. They have won 17 matches this season, 17-0. 13 of them have been in straight sets. 2-0 in 4 sets, 2-0 in 5 sets. Plymouth, on the other hand, is 42-18 in overall sets, coming in 8-1 when they played the minimum, 4-3 in 4 sets, and 1-0 in 5 sets. They will get the first point here of set number 3. Plymouth's losses this season have come at John Stark in straight sets, and the other 3 have been in 4 sets, versus Oyster River, versus Gilford, and at Co-Brown. They beat Milford, another Final Four team, on October 10th. That was also in 4 sets. As these 2 teams, again, kind of taking different routes to get here. Gilford, obviously, a straight set victory over Laconia in the 1-8 matchup, while Plymouth needed a tough 5-setter out on the road at Oyster River to beat the Bobcats and find their way in the semifinal. And now the task gets even tougher as Mia Sullivan gets blocked, but it does get returned, but out. First 2 sets were 25-21 for Gilford. A set away from a meeting with the Co-Brown Bears. 50-50 ball right at the top, but the only player going for it was Gilford's Abigail O'Connor, who was able to tap it down nice and easily. Lindsay Sanderson on the serve. That one popped up backwards. And a great play by Marston. And then O'Connor couldn't get it over. She was the only one there. Great hustle by a couple of players for Plymouth. It started with Marston. Quayle was there as well. And now Swanson rips that serve over. A back set, and that should be a double hit going against Gilford. 3-3. Mia Swanson, the libero, has 42 aces, 189 digs coming into this match. Able to dig that one out beautifully. Sullivan sends it to the back corner for Sanderson. O'Connor taps it down into the void between the 6 players in the circle. Holland serves. Swanson gets to it. Set, that might be a lift. Double hit. I feel like the lift is almost never called anymore. It's always just a double hit that is the signal given by the officials. Tough set there for Sullivan, but Swanson gets to it. Bassingthwaighte over the top. That's a tough one into the net. Not over the net, under the net, crossing over the center line. Take your pick on that one. Four, 5 as Poitras goes back to serve. And on the serve, Sanderson couldn't dive for it. Great placement in the zone 5. They'll try her, not again. That one blocked, tipped, and down. Point for Gilford. Puts them back ahead by 1 at 6-5. And going back to serve is Riley McDonough. McDonough, a sophomore who skis in the winter and runs track in the spring. Another 3-sport athlete for this Gilford squad, but that one goes long by Sanderson. 6-6. Mia Sullivan to serve. Puts that one up over to Sanderson. Asking for it was Reagan McIntyre, but couldn't put it away. McIntyre off to O'Connor, and that one goes long. So the Bobcats go up a point, 7-6. Mia Sullivan continuing to serve. Good season. 136 kills, 157 digs coming into this. A senior with a tough serve that will not head in the right direction for Gilford. Bobcats up 2. And that one off the net and over. Mia Sullivan takes advantage of that break, and Amy Tripp gets up off the bench and says nothing we can do about that one. She had her player Reagan McIntyre in the right spot, but this time McIntyre pops it up backwards. So setting it up over her head was Sanderson. Sanderson goes up for the block, or Sullivan does, but the ball lands in. And now it's Plymouth up by 4, 10-6. Boy, they have played about as good a match as you can play. And they're down 2-0 in sets. And that speaks to the greatness that is Gilford. This one blocked and over, sent back by Bassingthwaighte and in. 11-6. Wonder if Amy Tripp is going to call a timeout eventually, or whether she trusts her team to right the ship and get themselves back into this. Maybe one more point will do it. Sullivan, Sanderson. That one's going to go well long. You can see that one right away from McIntyre. And sure enough, there it is. Amy Tripp calling a timeout. Her team down 6-12, leading 2-0. But Plymouth starting to prove that they really do belong on the same court as Gilford here on GSSN and Pemmy Baker TV. So like I was saying, Plymouth has really played a great match. They've lost each of the first 2 sets, 25-21. They battled back from down 9-2 in that first set. Got to within 2 points a few times. Had a lead in the second set. Have a big lead now in the third set at 12-6. Trying to at least salvage one here is Mia Sullivan, who's on the serve, able to get that one. Bassingway down the middle. And another point. Wow. Makes you wonder if Plymouth was playing any team other than Gilford, they might be up 2-0 instead of down by that margin. McDonough hit that one out. Excuse me, it was McIntyre, 8, not 9 on the attack error. 14-6. Mia Sullivan has been behind the service line for an eternity, at least in volleyball terms. Here's a back set for O'Connor, but right there for it is Poitras. Quayle puts it over. At the top, Sullivan sends it out. (14-6), and now Serena Pugh will come in for Lindsay Sanderson. I believe it's the first time we've seen Pugh today. Number 7, a junior for Gilford. Mia Sullivan continuing to serve and just serving it about as deep as you can. That one has to be sent over, and that one not even close to finding the sideline. 16-6. Sullivan's right arm is going to get tired. She's been serving so much, but that one goes out. She tried to come to the near side corner and missed on that one. And the run finally ends. Now 7-16 for Abigail O'Connor. Or excuse me, Abigail Warren on the serve. But a whistle and a rotational error. Coach Van Scooter coming out and wondering why. And it looks like the offending player was Erin Toll. Or maybe not. It was Abby Bassingwait. Free point for Gilford now at 8-16. Swanson has that one. And a double hit will be called on Alicia Poitras. So that's 3 in a row now for Gilford. Quayle somehow got to that one even though it was behind her. And then Pugh able to get the free ball and put it over and down. Now this is not the run that Plymouth wanted to see. Still up by 6, but they led by 10. Love to see this one come to an end right now as Warren pops it over to Swanson. Up in the air, Poitras, a back set for Bassingwait. Warren's got it. McDonough for Pugh. It was deflected at the top. Sent over. And not yet from Sullivan, Kate Sullivan. Bassingwait sends that one just as deep as she can. Sanderson, out. Not Sanderson, she's not out there. That was, again, McIntyre. Anya Swanson to serve. And that ball played off the net post. 11-17. And on the serve is Kate Sullivan, the sophomore for Gilford. But first, the second official will come over and speak with the stand official. Fairly long conversation. before play. That second official going to go over and talk with Coach Van Scooter. And it seems like he's looking at his rotational sheet. Van Scooter talking, it looks like, to Anya Swanson. No point given, so just a conversation. Now Amy Tripp wants in on it, wants to know what's going on. Both sides content. And finally, Kate Sullivan can serve. Trailing 11-17, but up 2 sets to none. Set for Swanson, or Marston, excuse me. And at the top, Toll couldn't get to it. Sullivan still. Sullivan. Oh, miscommunication. Quayle and Sullivan looked at each other. Mia Sullivan finally got it over, and now she's got the dig out here. Poitras set up for Marston. Into the corner and down. Warren couldn't get to the spot that she needed to. Tatum comes in for Poitras. Told to serve. Into the net. (13-18). Eldridge for Gilford. A floater that Swanson has. I set up Toll. Marston! Not yet. O'Connor. Swanson finds that one again. Quayle deflected and down. 19-13. And again, second official talking with Coach Van Scooter. Might be a question on the rotation again. Sent over to Warren. Back set for Pugh, just pops it up in the air. Now 50-50 ball stays on this side. Swanson's got to get it over and can't. Swanson might have been better off just bumping it 2 hands instead of trying to get it over from one with one. She was basically on the attack line, may have even been a little bit behind it. So now 14-19. This is Serena Pugh, junior, on the serve. Fairly deep. Swanson. A back set here from Marston. Blocked at the top. Tatum has it. Nicely done. And set down. Beautifully for Plymouth. First team to get to 20. Up 20-14, and Anya Swanson, senior libero, on the serve. Puts it into the net. Yikes. I guess you can do that when you're up by 6, but you don't want to be doing that too often against the Gilford Golden Eagles. If you want to come from 2 sets down, you need to be on every single point you can. I set up here. Bassingway blocked. They'll not try her again. Mia Sullivan. Warren pops that one up. Swanson with a dive. Over on 2. Sullivan. Kate Sullivan missed it wide. There is one Sullivan on each team, so you kind of have to remember that. Kate Sullivan for Gilford, Mia Sullivan for Plymouth. Only one Poitras. It's Alicia. She's serving. Poitras and Toll looked at each other as that one fell in. So 16-21, and this is Reagan McIntyre. And that one ripped down. And Plymouth 3 points away from staving off elimination. And Amy Tripp calls her second time out of the third set. They're leading 2-0, but Plymouth leading this third set 22-16 on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Oh, Plymouth trying to stave off elimination here and take a set against Gilford. Just even winning one set is difficult. The team that has won 51 of the 57 sets they've played coming into this match took the first two here, but Gilford 3 points away from making it a 2-1 deficit. And Mia Sullivan serves down the middle. Holland steps in front to get that one blocked. And that one will be the third. It's got to get over. And wow, it did not touch anything on the way over. Back we go on the 50-50 balls. Kate Sullivan sends that to the back corner, not deep enough as Mia Sullivan got to it. Passing weight over. Pugh dives for it. Holland. Sullivan over her head. Swanson, Poitras, Quayle blocked and nearly caught by Quayle on the way down. But Gilford still 5 points down at 17-22. This is Abigail Warren. Passing weight blocked, but not enough. 2 points. Abigail Bassingweight, sophomore for Plymouth Regional. Pugh punches that one over. A setup here for Marston. Couldn't do enough with it. Now Kate Sullivan, and a whistle for hits. No, crossing over the line. I didn't think that was 4 hits. Crossing over the line was number 4 for Plymouth. That's Savannah Marston. Bad set by Mia Sullivan, but bailed out by a couple of teammates, but what a dive by Pugh. Marston misses it wide right. Well, don't let this Gilford team go on a little bit of a run and get some momentum because A, they could end up winning this third set still. But B, you don't want them to feel better about themselves heading into a fourth set. You might want them to feel a little bit down, though that may not last too long, but the hit by Pugh goes long, and it's 5 set points for Plymouth. And Erin Toll on the serve for the Bobcats. Set point for them. First time we've been able to say that today. Toll gets it over to Holland. O'Connor. Let's see. Can it happen here? Probably not. Not on that set. McDonough. Maybe now. Tatum sets up Quayle. Nice dive. But Swanson is there for it. Toll sets up Marston. One hands it over, kind of an underhand. McDonough, not yet. Swanson pops it up. And Tatum keeps it alive. Swanson on the dive. And 20-24. That point had a lot of running around by both sides. Ultimately, Tatum did all that she could to keep it going. But now needing to serve a couple times will be Naomi Eldridge, 4 to be exact. Sent to the corner. Nice run by Holland to get to it. Sanderson gets 1 point. And Van Scooter says, let's calm things down just a little bit. Up 24-21 in the third set on GSSN and PB TV. So Plymouth still sitting on set points in the third set, trying to stave off elimination in the semifinal round. Winner gets Co-Brown Saturday at 5 p.m. Bobcats leading this third set 24-21, and Naomi Eldridge, the senior, will need to serve at least 3 more times to keep this thing going for Gilford. Tough set for Quayle. Marston, not yet. O'Connor, but Sullivan there for it. Toll sets up Marston again, and Plymouth takes the third set. And all 3 sets have been by the exact same score, 25-21. The Bobcats will keep this semifinal match going. Gilford wins the first 2 sets, 25-21. Plymouth takes set number 3, 25-21. We will go to a 4th set, and just the 7th time this season that Gilford drops a set. So set number 4 coming up when we return on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. And welcome everybody back to the Hackler Gymnasium on the campus of Pinkerton Academy. We are in Derry, New Hampshire for the Girls Division II Volleyball semifinals. Cole Brown took care of the 2nd seed Milford Spartans in 4 sets. 6-2. It'll take a monumental effort, but we could still have a second upset in this one after Gilford, the top seed and undefeated Golden Eagles, took each of the first 2 sets 25-21. Plymouth rallied for a 3rd set victory by that same exact score. And 5 seed Plymouth Bobcats. Hope Quayle on the serve to begin. Quayle gets to that one off the toe. Now Mia Sullivan goes to the back corner and keeps it in. And Holland hitting her chest saying, I came off my line, and Coach Amy Tripp says, you came off your line. Holland said, I know I did. A setup for Sanderson. The lefty rips that one long. 2-0. Quayle's third serve of the 4th set. Short set for O'Connor. Sullivan gets to it. Now Tatum. Now Sullivan will try it again. Blocked, and point number 3 for Plymouth. Quayle, that one twisting to the sideline, and have to be popped over by McDonough. Free ball opportunity for Marston. Make it 4 in a row. Maybe a little bit of adversity here for Gilford. Did mention that they're 2-0 in both 4-set victories and 5-set victories. Obviously undefeated, so they're all victories. That one, wow, right off the mishit by Riley McDonough. And Amy Tripp right now just standing there, more or less motionless. She's going to call for a substitute, it looks like, and Michelle Gallant, and now another hit backwards. And here comes Gallant coming in for Abigail Warren. in the third set it was Amy Tripp kind of realizing, hey, we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. But I think now that novelty is worn off, and she's getting a little bit frustrated on that sideline. And at the same time, Jonathan Van Scoter, now nobody can set the ball up correctly, as in off the bench, Gallant served to zone 4. Excuse me, actually that was zone 6 because that was middle back. I'm going to try her again. No, not quite. I think they wanted to serve the new one. And a double hit. 8 in a row to begin the 4th set for Plymouth Regional. Amy Tripp continuing to just stand there more or less motionless. Wry smile on her face. Boy, served the libero. And finally, Abigail O'Connor puts an end to it. And late substitution coming right back in will be Warren for Gallant. But 1-8 for Lindsay Sanderson. Well, I tell you, she almost stepped on that service line. Sullivan pops that over to Holland, sent right back over, one-on-one. O'Connor, beautiful. First 8 go to Plymouth, the next 2 go to Gilford. Sanderson into the net. Oh, Holland didn't know whether to play it in front of her or off to her side. Instead, she kind of let the ball play her. 10-2. Savannah Marston still will go to Sanderson. Holland gets out of the way, and now we'll get it over on hit number 3. Sullivan rockets that one out. Holland on the serve. Quayle steps in front of Swanson. Bassing away, can't get it past Holland on the dive, and now Warren blocked but out. Holland now at 4-10. Swanson not the best setup. Tatum did everything she could to keep that one alive. But now at 5-10, Gilford trying to answer that 8-0 run to start the set. Claw their way back into this. They serve Mia Sullivan. Toll sets up Mia Sullivan. Blocked. And Kate Sullivan gets to it. Now she'll have to send it over. Back corner, two-hand punch, and doesn't get over by Anya Swanson. So it's still Sam Holland on the serve. Quayle gets to it. Set up for Tatum. Almost found that hole. Now they'll set up Sullivan into the net and over, but it hit the antenna. So this is exactly what Plymouth did not want to see. They built the 8-0 lead, now up 10-7. So 7 of the next 9 points belong to the Golden Eagles, and now scramble mode. Sullivan just content with getting it over. Warren tapped, but Gilford gets the points. Coach Van Scooter has seen enough. Up 10-8, but down 2-1 on the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. So Plymouth opened up an 8-0 lead to begin this set, but the Golden Eagles have battled back to 8-10. And still on the serve. And as soon as they break the huddle, have a couple of seconds left. Sam Holland has been serving for quite a while. Pops that one short into the net from Sullivan and a point. And Gilford with a chance to get back even. Short one that Quayle gets to. Set up here for Bassingwaite. And keeps that one down. So it stops the run, but the Golden Eagles have awoken. Here's Alicia Poitras to serve up 11-9. Sends that one back to Holland. A back set for Holland. I don't think she was expecting that. And Bassingwaite misses it long. As Reagan McIntyre comes back in for Naomi Eldridge for Gilford. And it will be Riley McDonough on the serve. The lefty, Quayle fought with Swanson. Now this one's going to get over, popped over nicely by Toll. And a tough set. Kate Sullivan sends it down anyway. And from down love 8, Gilford has battled back to tie this at 11. Like I said, they have awoken. The only timeout in this set still has been called by Plymouth. Oh, Bassingwaite, hello. A missile straight down for a point, and Mia Sullivan to serve. The Bobcat senior. A twister. McDonough and McIntyre. A loose play here. Quayle won't send that in the right direction. Abigail Warren. Above the top of the net. And reaching over the top was Plymouth. First time that Gilford has led in this fourth set, leading 2-1. Each of the first 3 sets have ended with the same line score of 25-21. That is a rocket right at Riley McDonough. She kept it up with her hands. If she didn't, it would have kept it up with her face. And that will be the fourth hit, will not, or the third hit will not get over, so a 4-hitter. 13-13. Anya Swanson, the senior libero, back to serve for Plymouth. Hits it to the other senior libero. Sanderson sends that over cross court on the tight angle. Quayle's got to get that over and does, keeps it in play. Now McDonough back to Kate Sullivan. Swanson gets to the spot. Quayle's got to put that one over. That is going wide. Swanson calling for Mia Sullivan to switch positions on the defense. The ball goes to Swanson. Popped up, but not down. And McDonough, or McIntyre, couldn't get it. Marston, ball had a lot of front spin. And that will be a point for Gilford. They go up 2 now, 15-13. Kate Sullivan still serving. Quayle. Mia Sullivan has to send that one long. Kate Sullivan got to it and almost ended up resting on top of a chair as Lindsay Sullivan couldn't get to it. Boy, this match has been as even as the scores indicate. And Plymouth, kind of alluded to this earlier, I feel like if Plymouth was playing any other school but Gilford, they might have already won this match. Instead, they're down 2-1. And in a fight here in set number 4, Marston ties it up again. If nothing else, Plymouth is at least showing that Gilford can be had. They're playing a great match. They're not making that many errors. They're actually forcing Gilford into a lot of errors. Don't have live stats, but eyes tell me that Gilford has probably made more errors than has Plymouth. Attack, serve, ball handling. And yet here we are up 2-1 for Gilford and now leading 16-15. Marston has to just flick that one over. Lindsay Sanderson. Wonder if Plymouth forgot that she's left-handed. Well, they didn't have that opposite covered this time. Sanderson had plenty of open area. Eldridge on the serve, floats that one to Swanson, goes down for it, pops it up for Toll, and now Marston. O'Connor a couple of times tapped over, but Qualey's there for it. Marston lunges. Toll sends it long and or wide. Danger time for Plymouth. At 15-18. Eldridge short, but scores. Plymouth is down to one timeout left in this set, and you wonder, maybe this next point, if it doesn't go Van Scooter's way, that will be when he uses it. Eldridge still serving. Puts it low again, and another point. As unable to get to it was Prince. Still not calling his timeout, but now down 15-20. Wow, this was 8-0 Plymouth, now down 15-20, and that one just barely floated long. Yeah, Prince was eagle eye on that one to make sure it did sail long. And now maybe the one player that you really want serve, Hope Qualey. She's been probably their best server. Nosha Poitras has been good as well, but Qualey seems like she can send it in either direction. That one will have to get over, and it won't. And the Gilford student section to our lower right starting to get into this a little bit. They can feel it. 4 points away from another championship appearance. Marston hit that one long. 3 points. And now Van Scooter utilizes his final timeout, down 16-22, and went from 8-0 in this set to 16-22. 3 points away are Gilford from a championship game appearance. This is the Granite State Sports Network and Pemmy Baker TV. Oh, Plymouth needs to dig down deep. Gilford 3 points away from another championship appearance. And again, Lindsay Sanderson very close to that service line as Mia Sullivan sends it right into the middle of the defense of Gilford. Keeps this thing going, but Plymouth going to need to find another long run. Marston with a low sinker. O'Connor pops that one over, but Marston there for it. Toll sets a passing weight. Sanderson mini dive for it, over and two, and it will be a double hit. Van Scooter called for it on the far side. He saw it. 18-22. Marston still, that one goes long. And you can see she's disappointed in herself. She just couldn't get that ball to die when she wanted it to. Swanson, the libero, comes back in for Plymouth. Holland, the libero, comes in to serve. She serves it to Swanson. Set up here for Mia Sullivan. Sanderson gets to it. Popped up. Tough one for Warren. Puts it underneath the net. Nothing she could really do about that. That was a tough ball to get to. But Plymouth will need to come up with a few points in a row. Alicia Poitras, again, has been a pretty good server today. But at 19-23, you don't want to have 5 match points. That one blocked, but kept in. Warren blocked and down. And now it is 5 match points for Gilford. Plymouth has thrown everything they can at Gilford, but they'll have to rattle off 5 in a row to keep this thing going. Swanson almost didn't play that ball. Sullivan content with sending it over. Is this the end? Yes. Well, Gilford proved why they are an undefeated team this season, and they remain undefeated, taking set 4, 25-19. Plymouth with a valiant effort, doing something that's very hard to do, which is just take any set against Gilford. Nonetheless, down 2-0, they stormed the third set and win it 25-21. Jumped out to an 8-0 lead here in set 4, but the Golden Eagles too strong, too tough, and able to come back for a 25-19 win after winning each of the first 2 sets, 25-21. So they are 18-0 on the season. They'll go for a perfect 19-0 season right here at Pinkerton Academy on Saturday night at 5 p.m. when they take on the Co-Brown Bears, the 6 seed, who took down the 2 seed Milford Spartans in 4 sets. It was a great match for a 4-setter. Not all 4-setters are great. This was a great match by both sides. Congratulations certainly to Gilford, but also to Plymouth on a great season. It will be 1 Gilford, 6 Co-Brown on Saturday night in the championship game. Certainly like to thank Andrew Fenn, who again worked 100 times harder than I did, turning right to get to the camera, coming back middle to update the graphics, and doing all the other production and everything. Great job by Andrew. Great working with you. And my name is Chris Schuker. Certainly tune in here on Saturday night for the championship game.